And so, I can tell you the Niners are working hard to get through that. And they would like to re-sign him and keep him there and have him, as part of, an offense with Trey Lance, as a starting quarterback, presumably this year. I think for right now, it's an unpredictable situation because it's one of these where you can't just throw money at the problem and think that it's going to be fixed.
Well, I mean, you just used the word presumably in regards to Trey Lance being a starter, and I'm how many times I keep hearing this over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Why do we think he's not ready yet? What is that drumbeat, that constant subtext that I keep hearing about Trey Lance? That I don't know. Is it people who are trying to make it seem like the Niners never knew what they were doing by trading all the way up for Trey Lance?
Here's what I think.
What's going on,
Rich? The more I've sniffed around this over the last 3 or 4 months, my belief is that they feel confident they can put Trey Lance out there,
right,
and he can start. Can he run Kyle Shanahan's offense, the full breadth of Kyle Shanahan's offense? That's the question. And then it's how much, if he can't run the whole thing, how much do they have to adjust? And remember, Kyle went through that with, Robert Griffin III all those years ago in Washington when they basically imported the Baylor offense and he won Rookie of the Year. So it's not like Kyle can't do that, So I think that there's going to be that kind of push and pull and building an offense. And that's why I think that it's important to kind of gain clarity through the spring because you might be building an offense that looks a little bit different to make it work for Trey Lance so he can grow through it and grow through, the process that every young quarterback goes through so eventually they can get back to running that sort of offense. So I think that's sort of where they are right now. And, I think the bumps they went through last year really informed them too. I could tell you, when they got back from their summer break, they were blown away by the progress that Trey Lance had made. And those first 10 days of training camp, there was some real thought, do we open this up and turn it into a real competition? Now, he wound up leveling off, and then he had some issues. The first time he played, I think that was the end of September, beginning of October. And then, towards the end of the year, he started to ascend again. And he played relatively well when he got a start there at the end of the year. So there were a lot of ups and downs last year, and I think that part of this is sort of figuring out how much they're going to have to adjust what they do offensively to make it work for Trey Lance and playing in 2022. And then, of course, what that'll wind up meaning for guys like Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel and George Kittle within the offense.